Hello, welcome. I'm Anita Kaiser from Anita Kaiser Wellness. If we haven't met before, thanks for joining me today. If you are listening to the replay, please use hashtag replay so that I know you were here. I always love seeing who's checked it out, and I love hearing what your thoughts are and what you think about the things I'm doing. So if you're not familiar with me, I'm a coach who works with female entrepreneurs who are struggling to gain more control over their emotions so that they can manage their business better. So today I thought I would just share with you my favorite super easy tip that I've been using myself for years, since I am also an empath. For a long time in my life, I have been feeling other people's emotions. And, it started as, you're too sensitive. Why are you so sensitive? Always getting the message that, my emotions were too much. It's the big too much. You are too much. People cannot handle what I'm bringing. And so it took a long time to realize that those emotions weren't mine, because growing up, the word empath, of course the word was there, but it certainly was not used, or the awareness around it was not there in the same way that it now is. So when I was getting some energy work done, maybe about 10 years ago or so, I had a conversation with this particular energy worker, and she shared with me one of her tips. And it is this idea of, just when you feel overwhelmed with emotion, to just actually take a moment and say, thank you for sharing, but this is not mine, and I don't need to take it on today, or I can't take it on today. It is not mine to take on. And it's super simple. If you're out and about, you don't actually have to say it out loud. You can just say it in your head, but allow yourself to separate from the emotion. And you'll know right away if it's yours or if it's theirs, right? If it's yours, that statement isn't going to work. And you'll have to sit with those emotions and do whatever you do to process them. My favorite tool to process emotions is, of course, emotional freedom technique. I also throw in some journaling. These are things that I use in my coaching practice as well. But if it's not your emotion, that should stop it almost immediately, right? And so, I have a much better control over this now, and I'm always doing clearing before and after my sessions so that I don't carry whatever emotion my clients are bringing forward into my day, right? Because sometimes we deal with really heavy stuff. So that's my favorite trick. And I'll tell you, the one place where it generally does not work for me is when I'm dealing with a 911 call. Like if I walk by or, drive by someone's, quite a traumatic experience. The fear in that particular scenario, and it can be really overwhelming. And so I have to really consciously ground into the earth at that point, in addition to saying, thank you for sharing, but it's not mine to carry. So I also take a moment to acknowledge the energy that's coming in as emotion and send it into the earth, because the earth can absorb all that energy, all those emotions, and is happy to hold us in that space. So hopefully you found this helpful. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'd love to know what other tips and tricks you have if you're an empath and you find it challenging. What are you doing to protect your energy? How do you function out there in the world? Drop me a line, send me an email, send me a message, whatever works. And Otherwise, I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care.